Well, hi, all my friends. Um, Getting a late start here this morning. Wanted to continue reading First Kings, starting on chapter, um, let's see, 8, verse 59. But before I do, thank you so much for all of your sweet, kind compliments on the music and my singing. And uh, it really tickles my heart. And so thank you so very much for that. I will keep trying to keep playing and keep singing and add a smattering of music throughout our Bible reading. And it may be, Christian, or it might be, something from the band or whatever, Bob Dylan, or, some of my favorites that I grew up with. There's just so much really rich music in my time that I don't think we'll ever see again. So I cherish those times, those music, and I also like some of the big band stuff too. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much. Do appreciate it. And it warms my heart. Thank you. Anyway, okay, so we will get into chapter 8, verse 59. And let these my words wherewithin I have made supplication before the Lord be high unto the Lord our God day and night, that he may maintain the cause of his servant and the cause of his people Israel all times, as the matter shall require, that all the people of the earth may know that the Lord is God, that there is none else. Let your heart therefore be perfect with the Lord our God, to walk in his statutes and to keep his commandments as at this day. And the king and all of Israel with him offered sacrifice before the Lord. And Solomon offered a sacrifice of peace offering, which he offered unto the Lord 22,000 oxen and 120,000 sheep. So the king and all the children of Israel dedicated the house of the Lord. The same day did the king hollow the middle of the court that was before the house of the Lord. For there he offered burnt offerings, meat offerings, and the fat of the peace offerings, because the brazen altar that was before the Lord was too little to receive the burnt offerings, and the meat offerings, and the fat of the peace offerings. And at the time Solomon held a feast, and all of Israel with him, a great congregation, from entering into the Hamath unto the river of Egypt, before the Lord our God, 7 days and 7 days and 7 days, even 14 days. And on the 8th day he sent the people away, and they blessed the king and went to their tents joyful, glad of heart, for all the goodness the Lord had done for David and his servant, and for Israel his people. So huge. If you can think about everything we've read up to now, to this, accumulating to this period of time, all of their suffering, and their wanderings in the desert, with their sin and being purified and being made into, as the song goes, into diamonds, so that they would accept the land that the Lord had given them, and that they would, not be fearful in accepting it, and trusting in the Lord that he would deliver them from all evil, and that he would protect them, and so forth. And then they do it, and they, and they continue, and so forth. And so until now, you've got this gorgeous, beautiful temple that I believe that, you could see it from miles and miles away. And I believe that that's even written somewhere. So chapter 9, God's covenant, is a second vision with Solomon. The mutual presents of Solomon and Hiram, Solomon's yearly sacrifices. And it came to pass that when Solomon had finished the building of the house of the Lord, the king's house, and Solomon's desire which he was pleased to do, that the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time, and as he appeared unto him at Gibeon. And the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and thy supplication that thou hast made before me, and I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever, and mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. And if thou wilt walk before me as David thy father walked, with integrity of heart, in uprightness, to do according to all that I have commanded thee, and wilt keep my statutes and my judgments, then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying that there shall not fall thee a man upon the throne of Israel. But if you shall at all turn from following me, yea, or keep your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes which I've set before you, and go serve another God and worship them, then I will cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house for which I have hallowed for my name will I cast out of my sight, and Israel shall be a proverb, a byword among all people. And at this house which is high, every one that passeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss, and they shall say, Why hath the Lord done this unto this land and to this house? And they shall answer, Because they forsook the Lord their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon no other gods, and have worshipped them and served them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil. And it came to pass that at the end of 20 years, when Solomon had built the two houses, the house of the Lord and the king's house. Now Hiram the king of Tyre had furnished Solomon with cedar trees and fir trees, and with gold, according to all his desire. And then King Solomon gave Hiram 20 cities in the land of Galilee. And Hiram came out from Tyre to see the cities which Solomon had given him, and they pleased him not. And he said, Which cities are these which thou hast given me, my brother? And he called them the land of Kabul unto this day. And Hiram sent to the king 60 talents of gold, and this is the reason of the levy which King Solomon raised for to build the house of the Lord and his own house, and Milo, and the wall of Jerusalem, and Hazor, and Megiddo, and Gezer. For the Pharaoh king of Egypt had gone up and taken Gezer, and burnt it with fire, and slain the Canaanites that dwelt in the city, and given it for a present unto his daughter Solomon's wife. And Solomon built Gezer, and Beth-horon the nether, and Baalath, and Tadmor in the wilderness in the land, and the cities of store that Solomon had, and the cities for his chariots, and the cities for his horsemen, that which Solomon desired to build in Jerusalem and in Lebanon, and all the land of his dominion. And all the people that were left of the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, the Jebusites, which were not of the children of Israel, their children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel also were not able to utterly to destroy, upon those did Solomon levy a tribute of bond service unto this day. But the children of Israel did Solomon make no bondsmen, but that they were men of war, and his servants, and his princes, and his captains, and rulers of his chariots, and his horsemen. And there were the chief of the officers that were over Solomon's work, 550, which bare rule over the people that wrought in the work. But Pharaoh's daughter came up out of the city of David unto her house which Solomon had built for her. Then did he build Milo. And 3 times in the year did Solomon offer burnt offerings and peace offerings upon the altar which he built unto the Lord, and he burnt incense upon the altar that was before the Lord. So he finished the house. And King Solomon made a navy of ships in Ezion-Geber, which is besides Eloth, on the shore of the Red Sea in the land of Edom. And Hiram sent in the navy his servants, shipmen, the knowledge of the sea, and the servants of Solomon. And they came to Ophir, and fetched from thence gold 420 talents, and brought it to the King Solomon. Okay, that's it. End of chapter 9. I can't continue anymore because I'm going to be running out of time here. But we will start again next time on chapter 10 of 1 Kings and find out what's going on with Hiram, why he wasn't pleased. The king of Sheba admires the wisdom of Solomon, the riches, his presents, his chariots, horses, and his tribute. Anyway, okay, so so we'll continue with that. And again, thank you for the compliments. Please share, like, and leave a comment. I haven't heard any more from YouTube about being interactive or not, but I'm not sure what's going on with that. But anyway, if you could, that would be great. And any suggestions, please leave me a comment. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.